Welcome back. So, this is going to be our first look at the first Battle Pass of 2024. So, I haven't really gotten a chance to look through all of it yet. I just looked through the first few ranks. And there is some interesting stuff in here. So, we have the picture, the portrait, just like they said on the dev post. And it looks like right off the bat, you'll be getting a gold order soldier. And then after that, we're also going to be getting a vehicle upgrade order, which is huge. Because right now, the silver costs to upgrade vehicles, it's absolutely out of hand. Just insane. Getting the rank 3 up, or like, not the rank 3, but the third of the 3 upgrades to a vehicle, it's way too much silver. So this is huge. But moving on from there, we've got pretty normal stuff. Silver appearance orders, silver changes to the call sign, weapon upgrade orders, the poster. Now, what I think is really interesting is right here, at rank 16. It's not an appearance order, it's a hat that's unique to the Battle Pass. And that's new. You get 2 of them there. I'm curious to see what else we get in here, if there's other bits and bobs similar to this. So, boosters, silver, appearance orders, gold. So far, this is all pretty normal stuff. Squad changes, weapon upgrades, more Flappy hats. Alright, so at rank 30, there's an order for gold weapons. We'll look at those in a minute as well. Moving on, more of the same, more of the same. Level 40, gold soldier order. More of the same. Level 50, a gold vehicle order. More of the same, more of the same, more of the same. More Flappy hats at 63. And rounding it out, a second gold weapon order. So we're getting 2 gold weapon orders, we're getting a gold vehicle order, and we're getting 2 gold soldier orders, which I think is more than what we got last time around. I would need to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure that we got, I'm trying to think, I think it was 1 weapon order, 1 soldier order, and 2 vehicles, or maybe it was 1 gun, 1 vehicle, and 2 soldiers. But I think we have 1 more order this time than last time. But regardless, I think it's kind of cool that they put in the Flappy hats, and I'm curious to see how they actually look on our soldiers. So, for a reminder, getting the Premium Battle Pass will run you 900 gold. However, throughout the course of the Battle Pass, there are these little instances of gold, so 100, 200, 200. Anyway, the moral of the story is by the end of the Battle Pass, if you complete it, it will repay what you put into it. So getting the Battle Pass is usually a pretty good investment as long as you're going to consistently play the game. Now, let's look at the weekly tasks. A lot of these are rank ones that I've already accepted. Let's see. This looks like it's the first weekly one. Yeah, okay, so be in the top half of your team 15 times. That's not too bad, as long as you're present. Let's see. Okay, good. So one of the things I was concerned about is that they might change it to be more like the War Thunder Battle Pass. Basically, the War Thunder Battle Pass battle tasks open up, and they're available for a few weeks, and then they close. But all of these are available until the end of the season, so once they become available, they'll always be available, and what that means is that if you're late to the Battle Pass, if you get it in 2 months, you'll still be able to do all of these tasks, and you'll still be able to get all the benefits of doing all of the weekly tasks that have come before. So, let's see. Rally points used by your teammates 100 times, that's not bad. 200 enemies with machine guns, AT rifles, and launchers, 120 kill streak. Destroy 10 tanks. Yeah, all this looks pretty normal. Nothing too crazy here. And let's see. Alright, so for hitting General of the Army, you'll get a gold soldier order. For hitting Marshal, you get the portraits like normal. Yeah, it looks pretty normal. Alright, let's go look at the Battle Pass shop. So, coming in for Japan, we have the SIG 1930. Now, I think this is showing it fully upgraded. So we're looking at 6.6 damage at 10 meters, 3.3 at 100, so the drop-off's pretty severe, but it's a submachine gun, what do you expect? 24 by 6 for vertical and horizontal recoil, 3.1 for reload time, and 690 for rounds per minute. It looks to be a pretty good submachine gun, full auto only, and 50 round magazine. Now I want to compare this to the Tech Tree one for the SIG 1920. Now this one is not fully upgraded, mind you, so 600 with 10% should get up to 660, 3.3 should go down a little bit, 27 by 7 and 50 round magazine. They're pretty comparable. Now, mind you, you're competing not just against the SIG 1920. I mean, the SIG 1920 is BR3. Let's see what the Battlepass one is. This one is BR3. So, you're competing against a whole slew of pretty good submachine guns in Japan. I actually think just about every submachine gun they have is good. I believe this one is BR4, yeah, BR4, and the Tokyo Arsenal is BR4. But you have pretty stiff competition here. I don't know how popular this one's going to be. Compared to the Type 1, it's arguably better recoil. I think it's better horizontal, but worse vertical. Oh no, actually it's just, yeah, it's slightly worse vertical. But it also shoots a little bit slower. Same BR though. I think I'd go for the SIG 1930 over the Type 1, but at the same time, I have access to all of these, and if I'm going to play BR3 Japan, I'm going to play BR4, and the Type 2 and the Tokyo Arsenal are fantastic, and I don't think you're really gaining a ton over the SIG 1920 or even this Type 100. This one's BR3. You are losing 20 rounds, but you've got fantastic recoil, and you get a bayonet. And having bayonets with your AI is phenomenal. So if I was strictly playing BR3, I'd probably be going for the Type 100 late. But it is what it is. Let's look at the German one. So the Germans have the WZ-39 Moors. It is a BR1. Very interesting. 24 round magazine. Now, this one I feel like I would pick up as a novelty, but that's it, because at BR2 you have the MP38, and I think the MP40 went down to BR2, which gives this incredibly stiff competition, especially because you get them so early and they're such an iconic weapon. It certainly looks cool though, and you do get auto and semi-auto, which is interesting, but it's only interesting. If the matchmaker were to change, and BR1 didn't see BR3, let's say it was BR sees BR1 only, or BR1 sees 1 and 2, you might be able to make a better argument for this, especially for a newer player who just got the first Battle Pass and just wanted to spend their weapon on whichever nation they're starting out in. 39 recoil is pretty good. 9's not bad for horizontal, and 30's very manageable, you know, if you've got thumbs. 2.1 second reload is pretty good. I kind of wish it was faster given the size of the magazine, but it's fine. 520 rounds a minute's not bad either. Looking at their submachine guns, at rank 1, you're really only looking at the MP28 and I think the MP34. This might even be, yeah, okay, so MP34. It's probably going to outperform these just because of the horizontal. To be honest, it's not the most exciting thing in the world for me. While we're here, though, let's check out the plane. So this is the Black Knight. I kind of like the nighttime scheme for it, but for us to really make use of a nighttime scheme on a plane, we'd need to actually get night battles, and so far we don't have those. Here's to hoping they come in the near future, though. I would love to get some. So we're looking at 2 MGFF cannons, 2 50-kilo bombs, and a whole slew of 7.92 machine guns. Flying at 623, that's pretty good. At BR3, BR3's right about where I expected it to be. And 19 for its climb, and 18. It's a little bit sluggish on the turn, but BF-110s tend to surprise me. They always feel like they turn tighter than they should, so it's probably not a bad pickup. Looking at the competition here, you've got the BF-110 F2 Winter, which has very similar stats. So, it's basically, do you want your plane in white or do you want your plane in black? Strictly speaking, if I was going to be picking up a plane for Germany, I'd probably pick up one of those two over this one. But I have it on good authority from Stubbs and Cody that this BF-109 G14 is a fantastic plane, since both of them have recently acquired it and seem to love it. So, moving on to America, let's check out... Oh, we're already on this page. Let's check out the Jumbo Jackson. So, like I said yesterday, I really like the stripes on the barrel. It's a pretty cool looking tank all around, although it's not super flashy. I think the real draw to this, like I mentioned yesterday, is that you're getting a fully upgraded Jumbo without having to spend the silver to upgrade it. Which, to be honest, that's pretty good bang for your buck. Looking at the other ground vehicles here, you could make an argument for the In the Mood. Its armor's not going to be nearly as good, and in the current state of the game, I think I would rather put all of my cards on infantry support with the Jumbo Jackson instead of betting on taking out tanks, because there's a good chance when you play the In the Mood that you're going to run into Tiger 2s, and you don't have the armor to deal with them. You have the gun to deal with the Tiger 2P, but if it's a Tiger 2H, then I think I'd rather just take my chances in the Jumbo that he might bounce and be good at killing infantry. To be fair though, anything short of a Tiger 2H and the In the Mood is enough to deal with it, so you can make a strong argument for the In the Mood. Also, I think the In the Mood paint scheme just looks better. I like that it has camo to it. Although, of all of the American planes and tanks that are currently here, I think the best two looking ones are the Sherman II and the La France Libérée. It's a pretty good looking plane with its Normandy invasion stripes and whatnot. And this one looks pretty good as well. Moving on to Battle Pass weapons, we have the Owen 45, which to me looks like a huge bust, but let's see. You're shooting at 860 rounds a minute with a 15 round magazine. You're going to blink and that magazine's going to be gone. 2.2 second reload, 3815 recoil. You know, if it was a 20 round magazine, I think you could make an argument for it, because it would be like the Marine Raider Thompsons. But at 15 rounds, it's novel, it's cool, it's BR1, which is exactly where it belongs, but miss me with that. 3815 is kind of a lot of recoil for a gun that only has 15 rounds that shoots almost as fast as an MG42 does stock. So, yeah, dodge me with that. Looks cool. I might, if I get an extra gold order at some point, like if they run an event or something, I might pick one up just for funsies. But to be honest, I kind of want to get a Farcar Hill, since I've been skipping out on it. Yeah, the Owen 45 just, it's a bust to me. And looking at Russia, the Bezruchko Vostovsky SMG. Now this one I think looks cool. It is BR2, it shoots at 750 rounds a minute with a 2.5 second reload, 20 by 8 for its recoil, and a 35 round magazine. That is spicy. Alright, 6.7 for its hit power. Alright. Let's go look. Let's switch over to a BR2 lineup. And let's find us an assault squad. Well, no, my paratroopers won't have them on. Okay, these guys have the PPS-43. Here we go. 800 rounds a minute, 2.2, 2910. So you're giving up 50 rounds a minute, but you're getting better recoil. Let's go back to the Battlepass shop and take a look. So 20 by 8, and you're reloading a little bit, like 0.3 seconds longer. I think this is a really good competitor. It's basically a side grade, but I think it's going to be really good. For somebody who's researching the Soviet tech tree, let's say you're brand new, you just started out, you just got the Battle Pass, you get your first gold order. You have the PPD-34, which is actually a very respectable submachine gun, but you don't quite have the PPS-42, or maybe you do have the PPS-42, but you haven't gotten to upgrade them. This thing is going to be awesome. Because it's basically like the halfway point between a fully upgraded PPS-42 and a PPS-43. Not to mention, I think it looks kind of cool. I like the different colored metal on it. I like it. I like it a lot. This is probably going to be where my gold order goes. At least the one that we get at the beginning of the battle. Well, not the beginning. It's like, what did I say earlier? Like rank 30, rank 50, something like that. But anyway, that one is probably going here. Now, let's look at the vehicles with the new LA5. That is a gorgeous paint job. It does have the same kind of basic green that all of the Soviet planes have, but I love the mouth on the front of the plane. It looks awesome. If only it had some more menacing bombs to go with that mouth. Now, I'm sure it'll eat enemy fighters alive. You're getting 624 kilometers an hour with a best turn time of 16.5. 16.5 is not bad. There are some planes that you'll come up against that can turn a little bit better, but 16.5 is pretty competitive. It's just the 50 kilo bombs that are kind of meh. The 20 mil Shevaks, though, should do work. And remember, if for whatever reason you like the previous one more, they're the same plane, mind you, but if you like this paint scheme more, if you want your Order of the Red Banner, this one is going away in just a few days, along with a handful of other tanks, planes, soldiers, guns, the whole 9 yards. Now, they didn't say anything about any new Battle Pass soldiers, but it looks like we did get some. So we've got Vasily, I don't want to even attempt that last name, who is a sniper. I don't know which level of sniper. I'd have to go into the other tab to see it, but let's just check these out kind of quickly. We have an assaulter for the Brits, Arthur Jackson. He might be worth picking up. We have a pilot for the Germans, Eberhard Borminski. And for the Japanese, we have Akira Yoshimura, who is an engineer. I'm curious enough about this guy that let's go and look. He is an Assaulter 3. And I guess we can look just to round things out for our sniper friend. He is Sniper 2. Our pilot friend, he is Fighter Pilot 2. Which, to be fair, isn't bad. Flight stamina is not bad, although I prefer the blackout control from Pilot 3. And let's check out our Japanese friend. He is an engineer, and he is an engineer too, which is actually going to be pretty valuable. So there you have it. There is your first Battle Pass of 2024. Looks to be a banger. Looks to be a little bit better than the previous one that we had. Although I think some of the weapons and vehicles may not be quite as good as the ones that we got before, but some of them, like the Soviet one, look quite good. So let me know down below, which weapons are you most excited for? Are you going to pick up any of the new vehicles, or do you think you're going to take your gold orders and throw them at things from the previous battle passes? Those Breda CRs for the Germans are nasty. I got one with my last gold order, and it's basically a Kurzgewehr, so you can't go wrong with that one. But as per usual, get out there, kick ass, take names, and win your games.